Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Guardians franchise here on MLB The Show 22. So far here in year number 3, the team is playing really well as we are 9-1 to begin the season, and we're going to get through probably the rest of April today. We'll see if we can keep our hot start going. We've been playing really well because of the pitching staff, mainly, who is ranked in the top 5 in every major statistic so far to start the year. It's obviously a super small sample size, so we can't get carried away, but I did have a lot of question marks with the pitching going into the season, and through 10 games, they look really good. The rotation and the bullpen has been fantastic. Adbert Alzolay, who has been barely holding on to that number 5 spot in the rotation, has been great through 2 starts, and then the bullpen is doing their job. The other 4 starters have all been pretty good. I don't know if the pitching will be able to keep it up, but this is a very encouraging start. The offense has been pretty solid as well. We're ranked as a team in the top 5 for batting average, but we have struggled in terms of power and with runners on scoring position so far. But other than that, we are hitting good contact so far, and we're doing a good job of getting base runners. The only team who currently has a better record than us is the Milwaukee Brewers. Their pitching staff has been equally as good. Their offense is also a little bit questionable. I mean, this lineup ordering just seems weird. They have Austin Hedges as the 3-hitter. That doesn't make any sense at all. Former Guardian, by the way. So even though Milwaukee has the weirdest lineup I've ever seen, they're still 9-0, so they make it work. We've got a 2-game interleague series in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The 2 best teams in baseball to start the season, the 9-1 Cleveland Guardians and the 9-0 Milwaukee Brewers. I don't want to say World Series preview. We're in the 2nd week of April, but these 2 teams have been really good. We'll see how long they're able to keep it up. Both teams have a number of guys taking the day off. No Franmil Reyes for Cleveland. No Christian Yelich, Kike Hernandez, Zach Veen, or Rowdy Tellez for Milwaukee. That's 4 of their best offensive players. So it'll be Luis Castillo on the bump for Milwaukee. He pitched a 7-inning shutout to start the year. We'll see what he's able to do against the Cleveland lineup as we start with Ketel Marte, who rips that one nicely, but it's caught by the shortstop, Willy Adames, for the 2nd out of the inning. Marte looks so sad as he just ducks his head down in frustration. That'll bring up George Valera, who's hitting .400 on the season, playing DH today. He hits this one well into left field. It goes off the wall, likely for extra bases. Rounding first, headed to second for a double. So Valera is aboard in scoring position, and that brings up a nice opportunity here to drive him in. It's Jose Ramirez with a moonshot into right field. That baby is gone. 2-run shot for Jose Ramirez, and the Cleveland Guardians start this one quickly on the board as they lead 2-0. Ramirez with his 4th home run of the season. He has struggled to hit for a good average, but has been great in terms of power, unlike everybody else on the team. Shane Bieber starting today for Cleveland. He's been very good so far. His last outing, he pitched a complete game shutout. We'll see if he's able to do that again here against a questionable Milwaukee lineup, but they're not that questionable. I mean, they're 9-0 for a reason. Jorge Mateo leads the game off. He's going to bloop this one into right field. Sanchez cannot get over to it, and that'll be a base hit for the speedy Jorge Mateo, who has 96 speed. He can absolutely fly, looking to steal second as he is going to be safe. The batter, Tyler Black, however, does strike out. Sam Hilliard is now up with Mateo on third. He swings and misses at the fastball, and Shane Bieber gets out of the inning with no harm done. Good start for Bieber as he strikes out 2. Milwaukee leaves a runner aboard, and the Guardians lead this game 2-0 as we move on into the 2nd inning. Elliot Ramos gets the start here. He's reached base in 4 of his 5 plate appearances this season, make it 5 of 6 as he draws a walk. So Ramos is aboard, and with nobody out, the Guardians have a great opportunity to look to extend the lead. 2 away now for Manuel Margot. He will also draw a walk. So now Cleveland has runners on first and second here for the top of the order. That'll bring up Jesus Sanchez, who's hitting .300 so far on the season. 2-2 pitch. Sanchez hits this one into the gap for an extra base hit. At least 1 should score, maybe 2. Ramos is safe at home. Margot heads home, and he is out of there. Good defense by the Milwaukee Brewers to gun down Manuel Margot, but nonetheless, it is still an RBI double for Jesus Sanchez, and Cleveland now leads the game 3-0. Top of the 3rd inning now, Ketel Marte draws a walk, so he is aboard. Luis Castillo is really struggling today, which is a surprise because he's a great pitcher. That'll bring up Jose Ramirez, who homered back in the first inning. Count is full. Ramirez lines to first. It's caught by Curtis, who tags the runner. A double play, courteous of the first baseman, Miles Curtis. The Brewers turn 2. Nobody scores, and we go to the bottom of the third. We'll see if the Cleveland Guardians can keep the shutout going. Austin Hedges, the former Guardian, swings and misses at the fastball. Hedges, of course, was on the team to start the series. He was traded back in the year 1 deadline to the Giants in the Elliot Ramos trade. That'll bring up Jorge Mateo. If this one's fair, it's gone, and it is fair. Solo home run from Mateo, his first home run of the year, and the Brew Crew are on the board as it is now 3-1. Jorge Mateo is not known for his power, but he was able to get that one over the fence, and Milwaukee cuts the deficit down to 2. Tyler Black is now up. He struck out in his first at-bat of the game. He's going to hit this one into right field, and Sanchez cannot make the play. Black rounded first, headed to second. The throw from Sanchez is in time. So despite missing the catch, Jesus Sanchez makes up for it by throwing the runner out at second. We go to the 4th inning now. Josh Bell quickly starts off with a bang as he crushes this one into center field for a solo home run. Bell has been probably the best hitter in the American League so far. He has just absolutely dominated now with his 6th home run of the year. Bell continues to absolutely rake, and the Guardians extend their lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Hilliard goes down on the high cutter. Shane Bieber is really pitching well today. Minus the home run by Jorge Mateo, he has been fantastic. Top of the 5th inning, 2 away for Ramirez. He draws a walk, so Cleveland has another runner aboard. That'll bring up Josh Bell, who homered in his previous at-bat. Luis Castillo's pitch count starting to rise. It's at now 90 pitches as Bell hits this one into the gap. That should score a run. Ramirez on his horse, rounding third, headed home. The throw from the cutoff man is just not in time. RBI double for Josh Bell, and the Guardians now lead this game 5-1. Luis Castillo is taken out of the game. He'll be replaced by Adrian Hauser, making his first appearance of the year. Had a 2.8 ERA and over 140 innings last year. He was very good. That'll bring up Elliot Ramos, who's drawn a pair of walks today, 2-2 count. He strikes out on the sinker. So Hauser gets out of the inning, but Cleveland scores another run. The Guardians have scored in 4 out of 5 innings today as it's 5-1. Bottom of the 5th, here's Miles Curtis, goes down on the low slider. Shane Bieber is still absolutely cooking as that brings up the catcher, Pedro Severino, who flies this one into left field. Ramos is under it. 5 dominant innings for Shane Bieber, who's only at 69, nice, pitches, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. The Guardians hope they can get really 2 to 3 more innings out of him at this point. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th now. It's still 5-1, 2 away for Tyler Black, who strikes out once again. Good work from Shane Bieber, who gets through another inning with ease. And now we move to the 7th, 5-1 score. Ketel Marte leads the inning off. He's going to swing and miss at the knuckle curve. That would have been a walk, too. Marte is barely out at first as that ball did go into the dirt. Ever since entering the game, Adrian Hauser has pitched very well here for Milwaukee as that'll bring up George Valera. He got a base hit back in the first inning looking for another one. He might get another one as that goes into center and it will drop. I think if Hilliard had hustled to that ball, he probably could have made a play on that one. So we'll see if his lack of hustle really affects the Brewers in this inning. Here's Jose Ramirez. He singles it into right field, and Cleveland continues to have one of their best all-around offensive performances of the season, as that'll now bring up Josh Bell, 2 for 3 with a homer in today's game. He's going to add a single into center field. The bases are now loaded as Valera chooses to stay at third rather than risk going home. So now the bases are loaded. A huge opportunity for Elliot Ramos, 0 for 1 with a pair of walks, and he's going to make it a hat trick. 3 walks on the day for Elliot Ramos. That'll score a run, and it is now a 6-1 ball game. The rare RBI off of a walk. Bases loaded here. 2 away for Josh Naylor, who hits a salami into right field into the second deck. A grand slam for Josh Naylor coming into pinch hit, and it is a 10-1 ball game. The Guardians have completely blown the doors off of this game. What a pinch hit opportunity for Josh Naylor with the bases loaded, and boy, does he capitalize. Adrian Hauser is taken out of the game. He'll be replaced by Brent Suter, making his 5th appearance of the year. His first batter is Manuel Margot. 2-2 pitch. Margot hits this one nicely in a left center field, and Cleveland's going to keep the inning alive for a little bit longer, as that one will be a double for Margot. And now Cleveland is a runner in scoring position. A huge opportunity here for Jesus Sanchez, who drove in a run earlier today, and he's about to drive in another one. This goes into the right center gap for extra bases. Margot scores with no problem. It's an RBI double for Jesus Sanchez. That'll make it 11-1. The Guardian offense is absolutely dominating right now, as that brings up Brayan Rocchio, his first at bat of the game. Rocchio still does not have the base hit in his major league career, as this one is hit high, deep, in a left field. Go ball, go! It's gone! A two-run shot for Brayan Rocchio. His first major league home run. It's also his first major league hit. Rocchio's big league career has not started off how he had hoped for, with the big injury last year and an 0-for-17 start this year, but he finally gets that base hit, and it just so happens to be a two-run homer. So it's now a 13-1 ball game. The Guardians with an 8 spot here in the 7th inning, as Rocchio finally gets that illustrious first major league home run. Hopefully they'll be able to find that ball so he can keep that one forever, as he gets the silent treatment in the dugout. The team sitting there like sitting ducks, and now they're going to congratulate him here. I'm surprised there's not a fire in that dugout, because this offense is flaming hot. Carlos Estevez in for Milwaukee, their third pitcher this inning alone, and Cleveland doesn't look like they're going to stop. Valera grounds that one to second, and it will be an infield single. That's Valera's second hit of the inning, so he is now aboard, as that'll bring up Jose Ramirez. 3-1 pitch. He draws a walk. Cleveland looks like they want double digits in this inning. Their offense is not slowing down for anything. That'll bring up Josh Bell. Count is 3-1. Bell reached base earlier in the inning as he grounds it to third. The third baseman, Luis Urias, will tag the bag, and the inning finally comes to an end, but not before Cleveland scores 8 runs, including a grand slam from Josh Naylor and the first big league home run and hit for Brayan Rocchio. Ryan Weathers is in for Cleveland. He is the long reliever. The Guardians are just hoping he can finish out the game and not waste any of their main bullpen arms, since they lead by 12. The Brewers aren't going to make it too easy. Here's Sam Hilliard with a solo home run in right field. A little lefty-on-lefty crime. Put on your rally caps, kids. The Brewers have it within 11. Maybe not for long. We're in the 9th inning now. Bobby Bradley, in a pinch hit opportunity, hits a solo home run, and it is now 14-2. It doesn't look like the Cleveland offense is going to stop here. I think the unwritten rule boomers are probably not pleased, but we don't really care. The game's not over until it's over. That'll bring up Brayan Rocchio with one away. Singles into left field. Rocchio now with his second big league hit. Also his second hit of the day. Shout out to Brayan Rocchio finally getting that first major league hit and home run. 2 runners aboard here for Jose Ramirez, who grounds that one past the glove of Tyler Black, and the bases are now loaded. Black could have fielded that one, but it just seems like the Brewers have kind of given up. So the bases are now loaded here for Josh Bell, who hits this one high and deep into center field. Hilliard chases it at the track of the wall. It's gone! A grand slam for Josh Bell, and it is now 18-2. Bell with his second home run of the game, his 7th of the year. That's Cleveland's second grand slam as a team today, and Milwaukee has to make another pitching change. Justin Topa is in for the Brewers. He is not allowed to run all season, as that brings up Elliot Ramos, who has reached base 4 times today. He goes down on the sinker. Topa would get out of the inning pretty easily as we move into the bottom of the 9th. The Brewers are down to their final out. It's Luis Urias who grounds it to third. Ramirez with the backhanded throw to first in time, and the Milwaukee Brewers' undefeated season is no more, as Cleveland wins by the final score of 18-2. I think it's fair to say we played pretty well today. The Brewers' pitching staff only allowed 22 runs in their first 9 games of the year, and they allow 18 today. The offense was good, great. I mean, how else am I supposed to describe it? This is the best offensive performance I've ever seen from this team. We hit the ball at an unbelievable level. Some notable performers include Brayan Rocchio, 2 for 2 with his first big league home run. George Valera had 3 hits. Sanchez had 2 hits, drove in 2 runs. Ramirez went 3 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and 4 runs. Josh Bell went 4 for 6 with 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, and 3 runs. Josh Naylor had the grand slam. Bobby Bradley went deep as well. And the pitching was good too. Shane Bieber and Ryan Weathers were both quite solid. So overall, pretty good win, if I do say so myself. It was really fun to see the offense just completely explode like that. Although somehow Josh Bell went down on the MVP ladder after going 4 for 6 with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs, but okay. So I really wanted to play a game here against the White Sox. I also wanted to pitch with Adbert Alzolay, see what all the fuss was about with his hot start. His pitching matchup is against Clayton Kershaw, so I simulated 2 games. We lost the first one, but we won the second one, so we are 12-2. Chicago is 11-4. Our first series of the season is a 4-game set at home against the Chicago White Sox, and really every game against Chicago is going to be very important this season. Us and the White Sox were in a very tight battle for the AL Central last year that made it down to the final game of the season, which, of course, Cleveland barely won the division. We've got this goofball here with the first pitch. What does he have up his sleeve? Ooh, he's got some nice hang on that curveball. Maybe there's some more room in the bullpen for him. Here's a look at both lineups. Brian Rocchio getting the start here. He has gotten 3 consecutive hits in his last 3 at-bats after starting the year 0 for 16 or whatever it was. So here's Adbert Alzolay starting for Cleveland. He's been great this year. In 15 innings, he's only allowed 1 run. That was off of a solo home run in his first outing as he starts against Leury Garcia, who's hitting 125. But that number is going to go up here as it's a single for Garcia, and the White Sox quickly start the game with a runner aboard, looking to set the tone quickly. That'll bring up Brandon Nimmo, who hits this one high and deep in the right field. Reyes chases after it at the track, at the wall. It's gone! 2-run home run for Brandon Nimmo, and the White Sox are very quickly on the board. Adbert Alzolay only allowed 1 run in his first 2 starts, and here we are, 2 batters into today, and he has allowed 2 in this game. He'll quickly rebound here, striking out the former AL MVP Jose Abreu to go down on the slider as we go to the bottom of the first. Clayton Kershaw getting the start for the White Sox, the future first ballot Hall of Famer, who has bounced around in this series. Year 1, obviously, he was with the Dodgers. Last year, he played for San Diego, and now this year is a member of the White Sox as he gets Josh Bell to strike out looking. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Kershaw, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, and in my opinion, the greatest pitcher of this generation. We go to the second inning. Here is Jock Peterson, his first at-bat of the year, and it's a base hit. Good start for Jock. He now has a season batting average of 1,000 and is aboard here with 1 away. Peterson now on second. 2 gone for Moncada. Grounds it to third. Ramirez fields it cleanly. The throw to first is in time. Good inning for Adbert Alzolay as the score remains 2-0. We go to the bottom of the second where Cleveland is going to look to get really anything going on offense. That'll bring up Jose Ramirez, who is still really struggling in terms of that average. He's only hitting 151. But he does single into left field, so that average should go up a little bit. And he is aboard now with 1 away for Franmil Reyes, who does have 5 homers, but he's hitting just 220. Grounds it to third. Moncada over to second, over to first. It's a 5-4-3 double play, and the White Sox get out of the inning with no harm done. We move to the third now. Leury Garcia leads it off. He strikes out on the sinker. After a slow start for Adbert Alzolay, he looks a lot better these past couple of innings. Now against Eloy Jimenez, he goes down swinging way too early at the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 3 pretty solid innings here from Alzolay, and we go to the bottom of the third. Elliot Ramos getting the start again here today as he strikes out on the fastball. Clayton Kershaw is cooking. Even though he's 36 years old, he looks like his prime form. Brian Rocchio is now up. He grounds this one into left field. The shortstop cannot make the play. And that's a base hit for Brian Rocchio, who is really starting to come along after a slow start to the year. That'll bring up the catcher, Eliezer Alfonso, getting the start today instead of Luis Campusano. He's going to single this one into left field. So the 2 rookies, Rocchio and Alfonso, are both aboard with 1 away and the top of the order due up. That'll bring up the lefty killer, Ketel Marte, with runners on the corners and 2 away. He's going to hit this one nicely into center field for a base hit. Rocchio scores. Alfonso heads to third. It's an RBI single for Ketel Marte, and the Guardians are on the board as it's now 2-1. That'll bring up Josh Bell, still absolutely raking at the plate this season. Count is full. We'll see if he can get on base, maybe tie the game. He does not. Instead, he strikes out looking for a second time today. Good pitch there by Kershaw, but not a great inning for him as he is fired up to get out of the jam. 2-1 going into the fourth. White Sox lead. Abreu goes down on the circle change. Nice pitch by Adbert Alzolay, who is really starting to cook. That'll bring up Raconde Diaboculis, who hits this one nicely in a right field. That one goes off the top of the wall. Just barely stays in the ballpark. Headed to second. The throw is in time. Franmil Reyes guns him down. Reyes is not known for his arm, but he does a great job of throwing out the runner, and then Gleyber Torres goes down on the outside fastball. Another phenomenal inning for Adbert Alzolay, as it's still 2-1 going into the bottom of the fourth. It feels like Cleveland has the momentum. We'll see if they can keep it going. Now in the top of the fifth, still 2-1, as Jock Peterson gets another base hit. He's now 2 for 2 on the day, keeping that season batting average at a perfect 1,000. Nobody out here. Big opportunity for the White Sox to capitalize, and it looks like they will. It's the catcher, Omar Narvaez, who, of course, last year played for the Cleveland Guardians. Singles it into right. Peterson advances to third, so Chicago now has runners on the corners with nobody out. That'll bring up the third baseman, Yoan Moncada. He's going to rip this one into right field, possibly for extra bases, and now the Chicago offense is getting back into it as it's a no-out double for Moncada. Omar Narvaez advances to third. Obviously, Peterson scores, and it's now 3-1. From there, Alzolay is taken out of the game. He'll be replaced by Aaron Loup. 6 1/3 innings. He's allowed 2 runs this year, pitching pretty well. As with nobody out, Leury Garcia flies this one into left field. It's caught by George Valera. Narvaez heads home. The throw is offline, so it's a sacrifice fly for the White Sox. Good at that from Leury Garcia, and it's now 4-1. That'll bring up Brandon Nimmo, who homered earlier. He draws a walk, and the rough top of the fifth inning continues here for Cleveland. Jose Abreu grounds it to third. Ramirez will tag the runner to get out of the inning. However, the White Sox add 2, both of which will be earned runs against Adbert Alzolay, and Chicago now leads 4-1. We'll see if Cleveland can try to pull off a comeback. Should be pretty hard against Clayton Kershaw, who's a Hall of Famer, as that'll bring up Elliot Ramos, who goes down on the 12-6 curve. What a pitch from Clayton Kershaw, 36 years young. That'll bring up the catcher, Eliezer Alfonso. He singled earlier, grounds it to second. It's bobbled by Garcia, but he gets the out at first. 1-2-3 inning. Not a great game so far here from the Cleveland offense. Not playing as well as they did in Milwaukee, to put it lightly. Gleyber Torres, the former Yankee, with an early strikeout here in the 6th inning. Aaron Loup still in the game as he faces off against fellow lefty Jock Peterson. He draws a walk. Peterson has now reached base in all 3 of his at-bats today. And the White Sox have a runner aboard here for another lefty, Omar Narvaez, who gets fooled by the outside slurve. Good pitch from Loup, who finishes the day with 1 2/3 scoreless. And we go to the bottom half of the inning as the Guardians look to add another run. Jesus Sanchez is up, rips that one past the first baseman for a single. So if nobody away, Sanchez is aboard. He hasn't hit for great power at all, only a couple extra base hits, but Sanchez is still hitting over 300 on the year. That's why Cleveland's been putting him in the leadoff spot a lot this year, as Josh Bell hits this one down the line for a double. So with 1 out, the Guardians have runners in scoring position, and a great opportunity to finally get back in the game. 2 away now for the lefty, George Valera. Full count pitch, runners on the corners, and he strikes out on the slider. Wasted opportunity there for Cleveland. They had 2 runners in scoring position, and they don't drive in anybody. It remains 4-1. Camilo Doval enters the game here in the 7th. He's only allowed 1 run so far in 7 2/3 innings, pitching very well to start the year as he completely fools Yoan Moncada, jumping out of his shoes while swinging there. That'll bring up Leury Garcia. He had a sac fly in his last at-bat, goes down on the low fastball. Duvall's pitches are way outside of his zone, but he is just fooling all of these guys to swing at junk. Bottom 7, here's the Franmil Reyes with a base hit into center field. Cleveland is starting to hit the ball a little bit better as Kershaw is now at 100 pitches. You've got to assume they're going to consider taking him out sooner than later. That'll bring up Elliot Ramos now, 0 for 2 today, 2-1 pitch. And he hits this one nicely down the right field line for extra bases. That one will be a double for Ramos. Reyes holds up at third. And again, just like the last inning, Cleveland has runners in scoring position. They have to capitalize this time. There's no excuses. Kershaw's taken out of the game. He'll be replaced by Jose Ruiz, who has allowed 2 runs in 3 1/3 innings so far on the season. Cleveland is hoping he can allow some more runs as he faces off against Brian Rocchio, who strikes out swinging late on the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. One away here for the pinch hitter, Josh Naylor, who had a pinch hit grand slam earlier in the episode. Flies this one high and deep into center. It's caught by Nimmo. That's more than enough room for Franmil Reyes to score on the sac fly. Ramos advances to third. So it's a productive at-bat for Josh Naylor, and the Cleveland Guardians are within 2 as it's now a 4-2 ball game. Ramos is still at third. This brings up a huge opportunity for Jesus Sanchez. He's going to ground this one to short. Raconde Diaboculis will make the play. So Cleveland scores 1. You would have hoped for more, but it's better than nothing, I guess. James Karinchak now in the game in the 8th inning for Cleveland. He's only allowed 1 run so far on the year as he starts with Eloy Jimenez, who goes down on the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. The Cleveland bullpen again is pitching very well today. With 2 gone, Diaboculis flies this one into foul territory. Ramirez gets it. 1-2-3 inning for James Karinchak. And as the bullpen continues to absolutely deal, you've got to hope the offense can make a comeback here late. Joe Kelly, the People's King, is in the game here in the bottom of the 8th as he starts with Ketel Marte. Count is full. Cleveland really looking to start beating with a base runner, and they do not as he goes down on the circle change. 1 away now for Josh Bell, 1 for 3 on the day. A little quiet for his standards as he draws a walk on the outside sinker. So Bell is aboard, and again, Cleveland gets another base runner. The Guardians have done a better job these last few innings of getting guys on. It's just a matter of driving them in. George Valera draws a walk, so now there's 2 on, 2 out, and a huge opportunity for Franmil Reyes as the lefty Garrett Crochet is in for Chicago. Count is full. 2-1. 2 away. Tie and run at first. Potential go-ahead run at the plate. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a miss on the slider. That would have been an easy ball 4, but Reyes got fooled by Garrett Crochet. The Guardians have left 5 runners on base the last 3 innings. It's still 4-2 going into the 9th inning as Nick Sandlin checks into the game here for Chicago. He starts with Gleyber Torres, who draws a walk. That pitch kind of looked like it was in the zone, but okay. Jock Peterson goes down looking on the slider for the first out of the inning as Cleveland tries to pad the bleeding. 2 away for Moncada. He grounds it to short. Rocchio flips it over to Marte. Good inning for Sandlin, and we go to the bottom of the 9th where the game is on the line for the Guardians. They need at least 2 to tie, 3 or more to win. We'll see if they can do it. The Australian native, Liam Hendriks, is in to close the game, 5 for 6 on save opportunities this season with a 1.69 nice ERA. Manuel Margot in for a pinch hit opportunity. He strikes out on the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Not a good start. That'll bring up Andres Jimenez. He goes down on the 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and already Cleveland is down to their final out. The 9-hitter, Luis Campusano, would draw a walk, and Jesus Sanchez would join him. So Cleveland now is the tie and run on base with 2 away. Jesus Sanchez will be taken out of the game and be replaced by the speedster, John Birdie. That'll bring up Ketel Marte. Has a 99 clutch rating. Let's see if he can come up clutch. This one goes into the left center gap for extra bases. Campusano scores. Can Birdie join him? Yes, he will. 2-run double for Ketel Marte, and the Guardians tie the game up at 4. Clutch hitting from Ketel Marte to keep Cleveland alive, and now a base hit from Josh Bell can win the game. He goes down on the knuckle curve. Through 9 innings, we do not have a winner. This game is going to extra innings. A great 9th inning for Cleveland as they score 2 and bring Emmanuel Clase into the game. This is Clase's first non-save opportunity of the year. Instead, he's hoping for the win. The first batter flies this one out into center, caught by John Birdie, and the runner will advance to third. Remember, in the extra innings, a runner does start off on second base, so we'll see if the White Sox are able to drive him in. 1 away for Brandon Nimmo. He strikes out on the cutter. Big pitch by Clase. And now the White Sox are going to have to get a base hit here from Eloy Jimenez to score the run, and they do exactly that. Eloy Jimenez with a double into right field, and the Chicago White Sox take the lead 5-4. So now Chicago is back ahead here late in this ball game as Jimenez is fired up. Jose Abreu strikes out on the cutter. So not an ideal inning from Emmanuel Clase. He does allow a run. We'll see if Reynaldo Lopez can finish off the game for Chicago. This is his first save opportunity of the year. Runner on second here for Jose Ramirez. Good night! A moonshot into center field. It's a 2-run walk-off home run for Jose Ramirez, and the Cleveland Guardians win the game 6-5. Cleveland only needed one at-bat in that inning to finish off the game, and it's a 445-foot nuclear missile off the bat of Jose Ramirez. A no-doubter once it hit the bat, and Cleveland steals a game away from the White Sox. 6-5, your final. What a swing by Jose Ramirez. That was not just a home run. That was an absolute friggin' tank. I mean, he just clobbered that one into center field. A moonshot to finish off the game for Jose Ramirez. This is a game that Cleveland should not have won. They really struggled for most of the game offensively, particularly late, keeping too many guys on base. But Ketel Marte hits a huge 2-run double in the 9th, and Jose Ramirez hits a walk-off home run in the 10th. Big win here for Cleveland. Two very different games today. A blowout and a comeback with a walk-off. Probably the two most fun ways you can win, if you ask me. So we're now going to go through the rest of April. Since I'm simming 2 whole weeks, I don't normally sim that many games in a row. We're going to sim week by week. The first week, we did pretty blah. We only went 3-4, not playing our best ball. Now we've got 3 games against the Royals and Orioles. We lost the series against Kansas City, but we swept Baltimore. So we are 20-8 going into the end of April. We had the best record in baseball. I'm not sure if it's going to hold up because we haven't been playing as well the past couple of weeks. We do have a number of guys playing very well so far on the season according to the awards and the All-Star ballots. Shane Bieber's having another Cy Young caliber season. Emmanuel Clase is dominating. Josh Bell is still playing at a very high level. Ketel Marte is having a career year. Jose Ramirez has 11 home runs. The average is still a little bit low, but he is slugging at a very high level. So overall, I feel like you've got to be pretty happy with how the team has played. Next episode, we're going to take our first look at the minor leagues, get a feel for some of our prospects. We have 2 of the top 4 prospects in baseball currently and 5 in the top 50. One of the best farm systems in the major leagues, and I'm excited to get to use some of those players in the next episode. Hope everybody enjoyed this one. Make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Peace out.